Hello, my name is Elizabeth Murray. I'm a member of Veteran Intelligence Professionals for Sanity and the Sam Adams Associates for Integrity in Intelligence. I'm retired from a 27-year career as a political analyst with the US government. I was fortunate enough to visit Crimea in June of 2016 with Sharon Tennyson's Center for Citizen Initiatives, among other cities in the Russian Republic. My impression of Crimea is that it's a jewel. It's one of the most beautiful places in the world that I have ever seen. And we were fortunate there to meet with journalists and teachers and actually veterans of World War II, and even representatives of the community of Crimean Tatars that are now returning to the Crimea. I was sad to see in Crimea that the sanctions had really affected the country. The cruise ships that normally filled the harbors of Crimea in the summertime were absent. I was really naive about what the effect of the sanctions were on the people. So it was important for me to be there and see for myself. In fact, I tried to use my Visa card in the hotel and received a small expression of surprise that I wasn't aware that, my own country's sanctions were forbidding the use of Visa cards. And also, of course, in our conversations with many professionals in Crimea, we found that many people-to-people exchanges with the United States for language, for culture, for music, the arts, and science had been shut down. So really, I came away with the impression that US sanctions on Russia were actually against the cause of peace and were doing perhaps irreparable damage to relations between our countries. I also want to share my impression of the referendum that took place on returning Crimea to the Russian territory. And that was something that clearly the Russian people wanted, the people of Crimea wanted. I understand that well over 90% of the people in Russia voted that they wanted to be part of Russia and not part of the Ukraine. So it seems to me that since Khrushchev arbitrarily gave Crimea to the Ukraine in 1957, it seems quite logical, and everything seemed peaceful in Crimea. So it seems like, in contrast to what happened with the Maidan coup, where there was so much violence and so many deaths, my understanding is that not even a shot was fired when this decision to return Crimea to Russia took place. So clearly this was not a dictator grabbing a country or grabbing territory as it's portrayed in our country's media, but it was something that the people wanted. So, one of the reasons that I joined the Friends of Crimea was because we have a problem in the United States with information. There's literally a blackout on the Russian side of things. And I think it was really wonderful to have an opportunity to travel to Russia and meet people who wanted to be friends with Americans and who asked me many times, why can't our people have peaceful relations? And a special treat of my time in Crimea was the chance to meet with the World War II veterans and the heroes of the war. And I think our visit there actually coincided with a Veterans Day ceremony, which we also attended. But the veterans themselves talked about how they remember being allied with Americans in beating back Nazism, and how they would love to have such a similar relationship with the United States again. And I think I was so enthused by their sincere feelings and just by the the genuine openness and friendliness of everyone I met there, that I just suggested at the meeting, why don't we have a swim for peace tomorrow? Why don't we all go to the Black Sea and swim? And I didn't know how these people were going to respond. But sure enough, the next day, I think it was at 10 o'clock in the morning, at the appointed time, these World War II Soviet veterans showed up in their swimming trunks. And we all went into the water and swam out and talked to each other, regardless of whether we understood each other or not. And that morning, the Black Sea in Crimea was filled with the ocean of goodwill. And I'm not exaggerating, it was really a fun time. And when we came back to shore, the mayor of Yalta, which is the city where we were swimming at, and it's an absolutely gorgeous tourist town, had laid out this wonderful reception for us with all the delicious fresh fruits and wines that are native to Crimea. And I really hoped at that time that, you know, we could have an annual swim for peace between Americans and the people of Crimea. And maybe someday we can revive that annual tradition. But I'm really honored to have the opportunity to become a member of the Friends of Crimea. And I hope to return at the earliest opportunity. So thank you, Regis, for this chance to share my experience in Crimea.